everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing my notes and study system for math. I hope you guys find this video helpful, and if you do, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel as I'll be posting new videos every week. So one of the things that I found to be really helpful is making these review sheets for math. I like to do this before every test and sometimes even quizzes. So each package is for a different unit, and I always put key terms, formulas, and specific questions and examples. So if there's a certain type of question that I often struggle with, I also make sure to include that so I know to focus more on it. I've also made each review sheet a different color, and as you'll see later on in the video, the colors match the class notes for that unit, and I think this just helps to keep everything organized. I use this grid notebook for my math courses, and I definitely suggest using some type of notebook or paper with grid lines since it's really helpful for graphing. I also like using these sticky tab dividers to section off units within the notebook, and that way I can easily find something or refer back to a specific lesson. At the beginning of every unit, I also like to write the unit number at the top of the page, and I'll do a somewhat fancy title using a highlighter and a black pen. So here are just some examples of my class notes, and after every lesson I get assigned homework and will write my homework answers right after the lesson to keep everything together and organized. So here's where you'll see what I was talking about earlier. So for Unit 1, I used a blue color theme, and that's why for the review package, I stuck with that theme and used blue for my notes and title. For class notes, I use a pencil, a matching pen and highlighter, and a black pen. So I like using a colored pen for writing key terms or definitions, and then I'll use the pencil for the majority of the notes. I like using the black pen for either writing the lesson titles or the practice problems to kind of divide the page up. And then I'll use the highlighter to highlight important things or things that I think will help me when I'm studying later on. Another thing that I found to be really helpful is writing out formulas in a different color. So since my notes are in pencil, I like using a black pen to write out the formulas, and then I'll box them using a highlighter to make them stand out on the page. Whenever I'm having trouble with a specific homework problem, I'll highlight the question so when I go to class I can ask my teacher for help. And after that, I'll usually place a check mark next to the question to show that I've understood it. And that way, when I'm going back and reviewing for a test, I'll know to pay extra close attention to the highlighted problems. I highly recommend making these review sheets because they're not only helpful for tests, but also really great when exam season comes around. Studying for exams will be a lot easier when you have somewhere to start, and these review sheets will help you to refresh your mind on some key concepts from each unit. Once you have all your review sheets together, you can take some time to look through them in order to create your final exam review sheet. And you really want to try to condense all the information down so that it's easier to study and you're only including the most important concepts. For this exam review sheet, I still followed the same note-taking method as I did in my class notes and in the review sheets. Including practice problems and examples are also a really great way to study, so when you're going back and just looking over your review sheet, you can even test yourself with some of the questions and see if you get the answers right. The last thing that you should always include as part of your review sheet is definitely a formula sheet. I like to divide up the formula sheet into different sections for each unit, and I just write all the formulas that I think are important and that we learned for that unit. Making the formula sheet is really simple since I've boxed out all the formulas that I've learned throughout the different units, whether that's in my class notes or in the review sheets. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Bye guys!